Hello and welcome to my presentation. My name is Richard Clay and the following slides relate to module DMZ 3330, Research and Development Project. This presentation should hopefully give you some insight into what I plan to do for my major project. Here we have the current working title for the project. The title is Virtual Friends, Creating a User-Friendly Virtual Learning Environment for the Dyslexic Learner for the use of Moodle custom themes. In the following few slides, I'll go into more detail about the project. Firstly, a bit of background information. It's planned that the project will be carried out at the College of Further Education, which is based in the East Midlands area. I work at the college as an online learning developer, in a role that involves the upkeep and development of the college's Moodle VLE. The study will explore possible ways of improving accessibility and usability for dyslexic users when using the VLE. It will consider aspects of user-centered design, including navigation, page layout, color, text, and the use of images. Ways in which custom themes could be used to offer different visual and functional options within Moodle 2 will be explored, with an overall aim of improving the user experience. There are three main aims of the project. Firstly, to investigate how users with dyslexia interact with the graphical user interface when using the existing Moodle theme. Secondly, to identify areas in the current theme that could be improved in order to enhance user experience. And thirdly, to implement custom theme designs and evaluate their effectiveness in terms of accessibility and usability. So why is the study needed? It's estimated that about 10% of the population have some form of dyslexia. Around 4%, that's 2 million people, who are severely affected. Many of the people affected will be students who may suffer with problems whilst learning, which could include visual processing, phonological decoding, reading and comprehension, memory recall, structure and sequencing. These problems can have a negative impact on the individual's learning experience, on the user's ability to read, write, navigate, comprehend, and recall relevant information from electronic materials. Using web-based resources such as the VLE can be a challenge for a dyslexic user. Here we have a couple of examples highlighting some of the problems a dyslexic user could face. On the left we have a representation of the visual distortion that can occur if a dyslexic user is forced to read black text on a pure white background. The high contrast can cause the text to blur, making it very difficult to read. On the right is a similar example, showing the effect that can occur if text is justified. You see that within the text there appears to be large uneven spaces between the letters and words, again making it difficult to read. This is known as the river effect. There are also various other problems that dyslexic users can face when using electronic resources. The project is also consistent with the aims of the Disability Discrimination Act. The Act states that education providers have a duty to provide reasonable adjustments to make sure that disabled learners have the same opportunities as others. The project can be seen as worthwhile in exploring what reasonable adjustments can be made to a VLE. I've carried out a literature review for the project, which has looked at three main areas. The first area was dyslexia in general, and one of the things that I found interesting was that the subject was a hotly debated topic. I found that there is much disagreement about the causes and very existence of the condition, and as one researcher put it, there is a degree of inconsistency verging on anarchy. Secondly, in the review, I looked at the subject of website usability, and I found many useful guidelines from experts such as Jacob Nielsen and Steve Krug. I particularly like Krug's first law of usability, which is Don't Make Me Think, which highlights how using the web should be an intuitive experience. Finally, for the review, I looked at the specifics of accessibility and usability in relation to dyslexia. I found lots of useful advice and guidelines on how to improve the user experience, such as allowing users to choose their own colour schemes and fonts for displaying web pages. A qualitative and quantitative approach to data collection will be used for the research. The quantitative data collection method will comprise of usability tests and corresponding user questionnaires. The qualitative aspects will involve short, structured interviews, and each of the data collection methods will be used to find out user opinions and feelings regarding the use of Moodle themes. The use of both quantitative and qualitative data collection methods should help to increase the validity and credibility of the results through methodological triangulation. Thanks for listening. On the final slide are the references for this presentation.